ex did to me and I still stayed.
Things my ex did, but I stayed trend. I don't know why y'all made this a trend, how to embarrass yourselves like that on the internet.
I received my first strap pick from a woman.
When you find out I can get my masters. I said, if they're giving out to anybody, then why don't you have one yet?
Am I the asshole for being hurt that my wife is on Tinder to quote-unquote find friends?
These ugly men be cheating too. What you talking about? These short men be cheating too.
Men who actually like you and have decency and decorum are never going to ask you these questions. They are never going to ask you questions that would make you feel uncomfortable. It would make him feel uncomfortable to make you feel uncomfortable. And he wouldn't run the risk of offending you and you not seeing him again. If you guys are dating, he knows what caliber of woman you are. So why offend you? If he's got to ask that question, either he's a miss or you're a miss. Because that's inappropriate, it's offensive, it's bad manners, and it's disrespectful. If this guy asks you this question and you want to give him the benefit of the doubt because you do really like him and he's ticking all these boxes and whatever, and maybe it's just a mistake, you do not answer the question. You look at him straight in the eye and you say, I'm really offended that you felt it was appropriate to ask me this question and I think I want to leave. Don't say anything else and wait to see how he responds. If he's embarrassed, as he should be, and apologetic, then okay, you've just drawn a boundary and now he knows it. If he's like, oh, what is it? What are you hiding? Get yourself gone. Get out.
Yeah, and as a man, if she says that, leave immediately. And if you're a man, when she says that, leave immediately because she's hiding something.
Things my ex did to me and I still stayed. This could be about one ex or multiple. You take your pick. Let's just get right into it. Tried to choke me in a corner while drunk, and no, not in a fun way. Really shouldn't be laughing because it's not funny, but like at this point, it's how I cope. Number 2, wrote a girl's phone number in his notes app while he was out at a bar. And yes, I did find this in his notes the next day. Figured out what area code.
Now, if any man or woman, but in your case, you're a woman with a man, if he did this to you, why did you stay with him? Why didn't you leave him right away? It's crazy. Like the things they talk about, it's mostly ladies who speak about this. And it's things that you would never do as a person.
That girl's phone number was and figured out who the girl was. Forced me to buy a gym membership because he would tell me that I'm fat. And here's the bonus to this one, he would force me to go with him multiple times a week. Not to mention, this gym membership was not cheap. I did not want to be spending my money on it. He would force me to send him pictures of every single thing that I ate to make sure that I wasn't eating too much. And if I was, he would make me go to the gym that day. Oh my gosh. Would constantly tell his roommates that he wants to hook up with his math teacher, like the assistant one. And typically the assistant teachers were like our age, so that just made it so weird. I mean, regardless, it's weird, but yeah, I would have to know that every single time he would go to that class every week that he would be thinking about hooking up with her. So awesome. But shout out to his roommates for letting me know this. That's how I found out a lot of this, so this makes it even funnier. Next one might be the best one. He invited a girl over while I was already in his bed sleeping for the night. Like fully, I was already asleep for the whole entire night. We were sleeping at his house and he invited a girl.
She had to have been in college. That sounds like something that's happened when we invited her over. Like, did she say dorm? Maybe run it back.
Over and they hung out downstairs like one floor below where I was sleeping. And not only did he invite one girl, he invited their whole friend group. He was hanging out with the whole friend group. This was a girl he used to talk to as well. Thought I'd mention that. Yup, just sound asleep in my boyfriend's bed and there he was one floor below inviting girls over that he used to talk to. Awesome. And I did find this out through his text messages on his phone when the girl literally said, almost there. And I got confirmation from the roommates. So again, shout out to the roommates. He would FaceTime girls behind my back and then
his roommates wanted to smash. He needs to, if he's hearing this, if he sees her TikTok, I won't be friends with him anymore. Like, what are you doing telling my girl what I'm doing? Like, you have to be trying to hit it.
And delete it off of his phone, but then I'd find it on his computer the next morning. Again, these are girls that he did used to talk to, so that makes it even better, right? If we ever were having an argument in the car, he would force me to get out of the car and then literally leave me there, even if it was in the middle of nowhere and I had no way to get back. Sometimes he would come back for me, but if he did, he would just call me a entire car ride home, or just multiple names that I cannot say on here. But I mean, like, at least he picked me up. In my head, I was like, oh, he's so sweet. Like, he came back for me. That was so nice of him. And I'm not even kidding. Like, literally, that went through my head. I was supposed to pick him up from the bar this one night, but he wasn't answering me, which kind of made me nervous, and the bar was already closed, so I drove all the way there to see what was going on and found him on the sidewalk, walking home with a girl. So
you're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
So I pulled over and said, guys, get in. I'll drive you home. And yes, I drove her home.
Girl, yeah, I did somebody else, but Tyrone bitch. Yeah. And so now all my wrongs are justified. I'm a victim, even when I'm not.
All the good guys are gone. You missed your chance being a fucking whole bitch.
And I stayed with him. I mean, I had to talk with him the next morning, but I stayed with him. Yeah. Fun fact, this was the exact same girl whose phone number he wrote in his notes where I figured out the area code, so that was even more fun for me. I was like, oh, all the pieces are coming together. So fun. And yes, you guessed it, he did this same exact thing with the same exact girl the weekend after. I did still stay, even though he did it for a second time. 2 weekends in a row. This one night, we were in like a really bad fight, so he invited a girl over 5 minutes after I left, and I only know this because his roommates told me the next day. So, isn't that so fun? Gosh, all these are so fun. Isn't this just awesome? This next one is really fun. A girl in my sorority who I wasn't that close with called me and she said, hey, I saw your boyfriend dancing and like doing other things with this girl at a bar last night. I just want to make sure that you guys are still dating. I was like, what? I said, yep, we are still dating. Thank you for letting me know. Here's another good one that I actually found out myself from looking through his phone. He went up to a girl at a bar and told her that he wishes they never stopped talking. And I found this out because there was a text message from her on his phone that said, did you really mean everything you said last night? What did he say? What the hell did he say? Awesome. So game days at Alabama are like a really big deal, but he decided last minute that he did not want me a part of his plans anymore. But it was too late to go with my friends instead because they were already at the game and I didn't have a ticket because I was planning to hang out with him, which he just removed me from his plans. So I spent my game day going to a place called Chicken Salad Chick all by myself and I ate inside there alone. Yep, all alone, eating lunch by myself, and no, he did not care or feel bad, but I did meet up with my friends later, so. This next one I found out about after we broke up, but I had to include it. He was out at the bar with his friends and saw a girl that he used to talk to. This girl did not like him. Like, she had him blocked on everything, like every social media. But apparently seeing her at the bar made him miss her, so guess what he did? Later in the night, he walked to her apartment, knocked on her door, and begged if she would talk to him. Basically, he begged her to unblock him on everything, and she said, no, please get out of my apartment. But apparently it took forever for him to leave. So, yeah, and we were fully dating, and I had no idea till after we broke up, so awesome. A lot of the times his friends would yell at him to stop calling me names and yelling at me like the way he did, but he would just ignore them and keep doing it. So, okay, last one, best one. I don't know if I can say this one. So he would force me to wake up at 4 a.m. to go stand outside of Target with him because he always wanted these sports cards, but it was like limited to one per person. He would force me to go with him so he could get more packs of the cards. And if I didn't go with him, he would like try and break up with me, so I'd go every single time because I was scared that he was gonna do that. So I just did everything that I thought would please him, which is so sad, so sad. So for all my girlies, if you're in a relationship that is similar to any of the things that I said, that is not normal behavior, and do not stay because I wish I didn't.
I cry all the time.
I am so glad that I finally got out of that, and yeah, just please make sure you're safe and don't stay. I have had multiple boyfriends in high school and in college too, so these stories could have been about any of them. I now have the best boyfriend in the whole entire world, so I am very thankful for that. Love you guys, bye!
Things my ex did, but I stayed trend. I don't know why y'all made this a trend, and I don't know why some of you are so proud to embarrass yourselves like that on the internet, because you know the things that you were dealing with weren't normal, but for some reason you justified it. And to any guy watching that trend, that should just show you that you don't need to lie to women. They will lie to themselves just to justify a situation and be like, you know what, it's okay. Because I just watched one where a girl said she found a pearl earring in the bed and the dude gaslit her so badly that she believed that it fell out his homie's pocket when he came over. There's no way y'all are that gullible. There is no way that y'all be so down bad for some of these men that you just lose all self-respect for yourself You don't value yourself. You just lose all common sense, and you just allow all these different men to walk all over you. And the one I just said isn't that bad, because I've even heard some that women allow, or a man will get physical and they still justify it. And I think that's the most terrible act ever. In reality, if you have a daddy, your daddy need to be beating that ex-boyfriend up, and or a brother or your boy best friend or something. But ladies, y'all need to get it together.
They will do anything for the wrong guy. They will bend over backwards for the dude that doesn't care. That's what they want. Indifference. So men that show indifference, they love it.
Y'all, it finally happened. In all of my lesbian years of life, I never thought it would happen to me. It wasn't until Pride 2024 I received my first strap pic from a woman. I've never been so mortified in my life. And at this point, I have leveled up in all lesbian ways. I've experienced my femme for femme life. I've experienced my U-Haul lesbian life. I've experienced the huge age gap life. I've experienced my DV partner.
Crazy, I swear I don't love the drama. It loves me.
I've experienced my woman having a wife on this side. I've experienced being the bender and not just the bend-e. I've experienced it all. Like, I've reached all my lesbian stars. I can just completely be taken at the game. Like, please, y'all, don't talk to me no more. I can't believe I experienced this.
That just happened to you just now. As you said, y'all, it finally happened. All that stuff you explained, a woman finally put one on you. I'm surprised. I hear women do that a lot. Actually, I hear about it, all the stories that happen. I hear about women walking around with it on them and run up on a girl's butt to let her know she got it on her. You haven't experienced nothing yet, right? But I'm sure you've experienced the abuse, and you still are staying. Actually, you did. You talked about it one time. I got a reaction with you talking about it. So you experienced that too. She experienced it all.
When this man tried to downplay my master's degree, that me off all the way. He was talking about something, and I had said something about, while I'm talking to you, Y-O-U. He said, oh, I'm surprised you can spell. I said, well, don't drop dead, Fred, when you find out I can get my master's. He said, oh, they must be giving it out to anybody. I said, if they give it out to anybody, then why don't you have one yet? He said, oh, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. I'm not like you. I can't afford that. I said, well, clearly they're not giving it to any and everybody because it's not in everybody's tax bracket, correct? It's from what you're saying. Like, I don't know about y'all, but playing with my achievements, making it seem like what I'm achieving is easy and everybody can do it. No, I do not think everybody can get their master's in biology. No, I do not think a lot of people know how to name and draw amino acids. So I'm sorry if that's something I'm not going to let you play with me about. So the last thing I'm going to let anybody do is play me about a fucking degree that you bitches couldn't even possibly spell.
I wasn't shocked at the audacity.
Okay. Just saying.
So excited to talk about it. So excited to tell people she has it. But let her get a job. I am not convinced until I see more of you getting good jobs, well-paying jobs. After you paid a lot of money for college, get a well-paying job that's paying you, because I see it in our reactive videos all the time where you're struggling. You get that master's, and then you're struggling to people that go out and work and get experience. That's how things are nowadays. So you spending all that money for college. I see a lot of ladies buying homes. It's just not working out. It's not working out. It's wild, because then you're bragging about masters. You're bragging about having a home, buying a home, when a lot of guys already know it's not how you invest. I see a lot of you saying, hey, I got it now, I can invest. And anytime I need the money, I can take it out. Like, living backwards.
Anytime anything goes bad or goes wrong or left in my life, I always look in the mirror. I'm like, what could you have done to have not allow this to happen? Or, did you cause this? Are you the problem? Don't think I don't ask myself that question just because I got 4 baby daddies. But,
And how old are your kids?
17, 16, about to be 16, 11 and 2.
So does your mate have to have kids too, or
I
would you
prefer a
that?
man who has children.
Mm-hmm.
And that is just new to me now that I've been in the dating world, which has been so hard. It's so ugly out here. I just want to be married. I don't want to be out here no more.
Yeah.
I like it.
Why? What
like
is your
it.
biggest challenge?
What is there something triggering you when you're saying that? Like there's something that's happening?
I don't like how most of these men that I've encountered are in their soft girl era.
Kings, this girl sends me a message, says, "Hey, handsome, how's your day?" So I send her a message back, "Not a good day." She's like, "Oh no, what's wrong?" I'm like, "I was day trading, took the long position in DJT, lost $25,000. And she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you make it back." I instantly hit her with a block. First of all, I'm in my soft guy era. I'm not day trading to lose money. If you find out that I lost $25,000 in the stock market, I better see you put that $25,000 back in my brokerage account. Drizzle, drizzle.
Like, I missed the part where men became so feminine. And it's really beginning to, because now it's like, dang, I got to be hard for the both of us. I'm supposed to be in my feminine power. I'm supposed to be masking that. And I can't be in a relationship with you, and I got to be hard for you, too.
I wonder you're single.
Say no to single man's with
No. See, she got it confused. First off, you have 4 grown men in your home, right? You have 4 grown men. Like, you want a guy to make you feel feminine? I wouldn't even talk to you. I'm married, but I know every guy I know wouldn't talk to you that are single. They wouldn't waste their time. They don't see it. They don't see you as being worth their time. They're not trying to impress you. See, the problem is you think you're still the prize. You're not.
Real talk.
4 kids too much.
Am I the asshole for being hurt that my wife is on Tinder to quote unquote find friends? A few days ago, I woke up to an email with a receipt for Tinder Gold under my wife's Apple ID. I asked my wife if I could see her phone to confirm it was actually on there, and when I saw it was, I asked why. Her best friend recently got out of a relationship, and she said she signed up to make her an account. Once she started talking to people, she wound up in good conversation. Just some innocent, good old-fashioned conversation. That's all it is. She said she thought it could be a good way to make friends. I told her I was really uncomfortable with her being on there since it was primarily a dating and hookup app. She said that she told people she was married and just looking for friends. She offered for me to look at her conversations, so I peeked at a couple, and they were flirty, but still relatively tame. I didn't see her mention anything about being married. She is upset that I don't trust her, but a couple years ago she went through a period where she was really close to cheating, or she actually cheated and lied about it. She swears she's a different person. Seemed like you're still that same old bitch. She swears she's a different person now. She never do anything to jeopardize our marriage. Ultimately, she refuses to apologize because she says she isn't doing anything wrong, and then I just get to deal with my insecurities about it and trust her. Am I that? Bro, I really don't know how to tell you this. Your wife is definitely cheating. Definitely cheating. If she hasn't smashed somebody else already, she is dangerously close. Like, dangerously. How Beyonce was dangerously in love, she is dangerously close. Usually when people say they're being gaslit or somebody's gaslighting, they just saying that somebody doesn't agree. But your wife is gaslighting you, bro. Like, I'm not sure if I've ever seen a more clear-cut example of gaslighting. Tinder is a dating app, period. Tinder is for hooking up. People know that. Everybody knows Tinder is where you go to hook up. You paying for Tinder Gold? On like, bitch, are you crazy? You're taking money from our household and paying to meet another nigga? That is insane. It's inappropriate, and either you need to get your get back or you need to leave. I suggest leave. That might be more mature thing, but no, not to ask the question. Nah.
Now, the brother needs to drop it and go. Like, I wouldn't even send that story in. Seriously, it's an embarrassment. People think it's okay to talk about things that are embarrassing, and it's not. It's not. Shame is going out the window for women and also for men. Like, what is this world coming to? But people think it's okay to let people know everything and to do things to feel down on yourself. Like, seriously, I would have never let that be known. But hey, This day and age we're in now, also there's a lot of guys that are being suckers. And still the same thing. He should have tested his wife first. Didn't do that. You got to do these things. It's certain steps you have to take for love. Yeah, you want to be in love. So to be in love, you have to take the right steps first, and you didn't take them.
Another cornball taken out of the dating pool. Thank God.
You feel me? Lame. Lame head nigga.
Yeah, so you blocked him. Like, what was your point in making a video? You made a video about him, showing himself going to different countries, getting women, right? So he did say, and I'm a brother myself that's traveled out to find a wife, not for a woman. I did it to find a wife. And a lot of guys are doing that. They're going to find women. They say women are better, they're more agreeable because they are. I say the same thing as well. I'd welcome any guy to go out and find a wife. Why? The same videos I'm reacting to right now is why. Yes, that's why. That's why guys need to find a woman on the outside, or you can find her back home. It's just, I said it before, so far, so few. But there are probably a lot of good women that they're around. Not actually, I said it wrong. There's probably some good women around. A lot of them may be watching this video. Shouts out to y'all, but not many back home.
So I like really attractive guys, right? I've never been one of the girlies that subscribes to the whole, oh, if you date an ugly guy, he'll treat you better, etc. I'm a firm believer in you should date somebody that you're genuinely attracted to and that aligns with everything that you're looking for in a partner. But I say all this to say that I personally notice because I like what would be considered pretty boys, I feel as though they always expect you to chase. And one thing for certain, two things for sure, I'm a bad okay, period. And I want to be courted properly. Like, I want to be asked out, courted properly, pursued. And I noticed that with the more attractive men, they also want to be pursued. And I'm at this phase in my life. In my younger years, I would say, oh, he's fine, so I'm just going to put up with whatever because he's fine, you know? But in my late 20s and then up until now, I'm just like, I do not care how good you look. I look good too, okay? I will cut you the if you're not moving accordingly. And I don't think people really get that. I don't. I think a lot of these men are so used to women that will put up with anything just because they look good. And don't let them look good and have money, because once I like, girl, they look good and they got money, okay? They're used to girls that will put up with anything because of those two things right there. And I will not. Because I've also seen men that look good as hell and they love their partners. And I mean like madly in love with their partners. And that is, I will not stop until I get that. I want the partner that is fine as hell. Everybody's like, damn, he looks good. Y'all look great together. But he only has eyes for you. And I know it can be done.
Not gonna happen. No, not gonna happen.
I refuse to settle for the idea that everybody tries to make it seem like, oh, you're not gonna, babes, you might not be gonna find that. I'm gonna find that.
Old love.
Period. But until then, these really good looking guys that think that you as women are gonna chase and do all the work, no. You will never hear from me again.
She's doomed. She's doomed. I say that because she is. Like, doesn't matter if you're hot. Guys aren't going for it. Guys are not sweating you. Guys are focused on what needs to be done in life in order to get the woman. So if a guy needs to be doing that, he's not going to be, oh, baby, I'm here to make your day. Can I rub your feet? Can I get you some hot butter? Nobody's doing that.
Yo, the married man them in a Jamaica are going through it. You understand me? Listen to me, I say. Now, recently the Jamaica Observer asked a few married men to basically give their opinions and advice on marriage, how to make a marriage last and make it strong and healthy, and this is what some of them had to say. Oh, Shamari, who's been married for 5 years, starts off like this.
she probably won't be with you through thick and thin like she promised, even if she made the vows. Now that just tell me say trouble in a paradise. That tell me say Keisha left Shamari on the street. Keisha left Shamari with the pity them. Shamari by himself. Because what you mean? This is your advice, and this is how you start your advice on marriage. The man say, women don't like struggle. So before you get married, ask yourself if she will be with you for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health. And if there's any doubt, don't do it. What is going on over Shamari yard? Now, next up is Mr. Ricardo. 12-year marriage, a long time that, more than a decade. Man says don't fall into the mistake of just being a provider and things like that. Because if you're not there emotionally, you'll come home one day and find out that she's been messing with her gym trainer. No, Ricardo, you me I said, you see you have a problem. You have a problem. Is this a cry for help? Are you telling us that this is what happened and you just decided to tough it out with the 12 years? Because this is insane. People, we don't think gonna understand what's going on by your side. No, that one here level me. Akeem married for 7 years, and before no ask is not me, nobody the foolishness. Akeem married for 7 years, just him just level me. Him say, you'll get bored, but I guess boredom never kill anybody yet. Stay the course. You guess? Sound like you bored out of your wits, and any day you're chiplet, you just have to go down there for the divorce papers. Because what? Hey, people, the married men in Jamaica are going through it. Please send up a prayer anyway. You're there when you got church this week. Send up a prayer for the married men in Jamaica, please. I thank you. Jamaica Observer, uno, problematic. Problematic.
It is very, very problematic. And I know a lot of men from over there are going to other shores. They are. They're going out to the Philippines, Thailand, many other places to find a woman that will be an actual woman, right? To find a woman who doesn't mind doing the extras. You can find some back home in Jamaica. You can find some other places, but we already know the deal. It's just not the same. It's not. You hear it all the time. Women say, oh, I wouldn't dare service men. But some other woman would. They will. Why would they not? What kind of woman are you? Seriously. Because if a guy's putting up with that, he doesn't know his worth.
And I was like, sir, you're not finna Tyler Perry me. Like, I'm not with the struggle of. You're not gonna be like, oh yeah, you're a judge, you're a doctor. You should date this man who works at McDonald's and or you should date this man who makes, $15 an hour because he is a good man. Y'all need to be focusing on getting a good man, somebody that's gonna love you. Child, these broke men be cheating too. What you talking about? These ugly men be cheating too. What you talking about? These short men be cheating too. What you talking about? Okay? So I'd rather take my chances and still keep going after what I prefer or what I want instead of having to settle for something I'm not interested in. That's how I feel about it. And I know people are going to be like, oh, Taylor, you old, whatever. I don't care how old I am.
I see her in that house all alone. I hear the echoes off the wall. It seems like she got the house within 5 years from time span, and she's lonely. And it's going to stay that way because you got to settle. Not settle for $15 an hour. Not settle for a man that's working at McDonald's, but settle for less because there are a lot of men out there that are ready and willing. And you won't know that until you settle and also until you try. But yeah, y'all, thank y'all for watching. See you next video.